Welcome to our channel. Who Trolled Amber? Inside the podcast exposing the horrors of the Depp Heard trial. The internet's thoughts on the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard trial were inescapable in 2022. Now, a new podcast has discovered that at least 50% of the conversation around Heard had been inauthentically generated, among a host of other revelations. Meets its host. April 2022, it was impossible to escape Depp v. Heard. Even if you weren't streaming every second of the court proceedings between Johnny and Amber, your feeds were undoubtedly clogged with related content. And by related content, I mean content that primarily trashed Amber Heard. Perhaps you saw tweets declaring her, or watched people hammily acting out scenes from their marriage on layered over with audio of Heard alleging domestic and sexual abuse by the actor, like a dystopian pantomime. Or perhaps you found the trial slipping into your offline, real life when getting coffee the tip jars labeled Amber and Johnny, with wads of cash stuffed into Depp's. At the time, a few journalists and legal experts covering the trial, such as Kat Tenbarge and Lucia Osborne Crowley, smelled a rat and suggested that at least some of the Amber Heard hate campaign must be inauthentic. After being inundated with suggested YouTube videos of Heard being on the stand, alongside ones of Depp visiting hospital patients, dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow videos, I couldn't seem to shake from my algorithm. I wrote a piece for Dazed, in which I accused die-hard Depp fans of having been swept up in a highly orchestrated, seemingly money-no-object PR operation. But what if it was something messier, stranger, and more troubling, and instigated by bad faith actors unrelated to the case? Enter Who Trolled Amber, a podcast investigation that is both overdue and revelatory. This story's horizons are broadening, reporter and host Alexei Mostras says in the third episode. Mostras and his team began by digging into a vast dataset of tweets about Depp and Heard. Alarm bells started ringing almost immediately. One account had tweeted more than times since 2021, which, Mostras calculated, was a post every 2 minutes, 24 hours a day, for 3 years. They also find an ostensibly Chilean far-right political troll who suddenly switches allegiances to attack Amber Heard. Spanish-speaking bot networks posting hundreds of pro-Depp tweets, Thai accounts that tweet once and go viral, and tens of thousands of identical messages left under Amber Heard videos on. The truly shocking revelation at the heart of the series is just how vast and complex the disinformation movement against Heard was. This was not one single campaign, but multiple hybrid attacks with bot armies and real people working in tandem. The Depp Heard saga was never just a story about the public breakdown of a public marriage. Yet this may well be why the disinformation campaign went under the radar. Celebrity culture functioned as a smokescreen. There was obviously a huge amount of publicity about the case, Mostras tells me. There were always rumors that there were bots and manipulation used. But I was surprised that, although this case involved so much media time and so much money, no one really picked up the bot issue and ran with it. He suggests this might partly be because, at the time of the U.S. trial, it wasn't a pressing issue for the legal teams. They were more focused on going through the evidence and establishing what had happened, and sometimes it takes a while for these things to settle. It's not the sort of thing that you can easily analyze in the moment. Part of the issue is that looking into this stuff is really, really difficult, Mostras notes. For starters, there's an accountability and a transparency problem. In the world of manipulation and hacking for hire, there's 5 to 10 to 20 steps between the client and then his law firm, and then an investigations company based in London that they commission. And then the London-based investigations company commissions an independent but London-based security professional who knows someone in Israel, who then subcontracts it out to someone in India, who does the hack or the manipulation, feeds the data back up the chain, and then, by the time it gets back to the law firm, there are no fingerprints. Essentially, the industry is effective precisely because it's so convoluted. Thanks you for watching. Stay connected with us for more videos.